Hi, lovely ladies and gentlemen. This is Tina Hull. How are you doing today? It is Wednesday, and we have a bit of a system in the area, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well. So how are you doing today? How are you doing? So if you're watching the replay, please hashtag replay. And if you think someone needs to hear this, please share it. It's important information, especially if you've been in a toxic or narcissistic relationship. This is day 3 of the nervous system reset for high-achieving women and men, those who are attending. And I hope that you've been able to see and hear some shifts, some new awarenesses around what's happened, what's happening in your life and your experience after you've left your narcissist and or toxic, emotionally abusive relationship. Now, it could be a parent, a child, it could be a colleague, it could be a partner, it could be a sibling. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. The information is the same, although it's going to affect you on a different level. So just be aware of that. Okay, so let's get started. So a lot of us have done the work, especially if you're in the personal development field. You don't want to stay stuck. You don't want to stay in the trauma. You don't want to stay in the quagmire of victimhood and how you feel after you've left. You could probably explain your trauma like a PhD. And that's here. And here's the truth. You can't think your way out of a feeling problem. Trauma isn't logical. It's biological. And your cells remember what your mind tries to forget. It's that simple. That's why when someone raises their voice or you feel unseen or dismissed or your body still reacts like it's back in the old story, you get triggered by something someone says or does or how they say it or how they do it or a door slams, then you're back into that trauma loop because your body hasn't forgotten what has happened. So therapy gave you some awareness. And it's fantastic. There is a place for it, and I'm not dismissing it whatsoever. We need the mindset work. We need a voice to be heard. We need to rebuild who we are. And this is, and not even rebuild who we are. We need to, like I've explained before, take all the crap off of us. I remember talking to many people along my journey, and one woman in particular, and she said something, and I said, whose voice is that? That's saying what you just said. And she had to stop and think, and then realized it was her ex-narcissist. So a lot of our beliefs are not ours. I know, that's a hard pill to swallow. And when I first realized this, I was like, what? What are you talking about? Of course, I believe it. It must be true. And no, we are wrong. It is not all true. Most of our beliefs have been bestowed upon us from childhood, and we look for evidence to reinforce what people have said, how they made us feel, what they did, and all of a sudden we're feeling like we're not good enough, we're not worthy, we're not deserving. And then we seek out people who reinforce it. Because the mind, again, the ego mind, will seek out evidence. So now what we need to seek out evidence that you are worthy, you are deserving, You are good enough. And you need to love on yourself. You need to take care of you. You need to focus on you. You need to heal you. You can't not do the work. I know. It's unfortunate, but true. So awareness is great. And yet, if we don't embody it, if we don't accept it as truth, if we don't feel it within us, then it still leaves your body waiting for safety that never arrives. Healing isn't about knowing why. It's about teaching your body how. And the whole goal is to make yourself safe, to rewire your brain, your nervous system, your body, so that it feels safe again. And this allows us the peace, the joy, the happiness, and to thrive. So this is what we do in the Unremembering code. It's the process of releasing the cellular imprint of trauma. So your body stops reacting from fear and starts responding from freedom. And again, I use my Muse method. So the mindset, universal laws, self-love, self-care, self-trust, and energy work. And it's not about remembering the pain. It's about unremembering who you became to survive the pain. And we do change. I didn't know who I was. I had to explore and figure out who I was, and my impression of myself and my identity had to shift again, because I thought I was a pretty confident, successful woman before I met my ex-narc, and that shifted along the path because they convince you that, sorry, I got a notification, they convince you that you aren't good enough, you aren't worthy, you aren't deserving, and they reinforce what you already believe. I hope you're seeing the pattern and why this is happening. So when you unremember it, then you can release all of what no longer serves you. And I'm not saying be critical or judgmental or feel guilt and shame, because we all go through it. Honestly, we all go through it. And it's just different path and different journey for different people. So you are not alone. You are not crazy. And you didn't ask for this, although we attracted it. So many people will ask the why. Why did I have this man or woman in my life? Why is it happening to me? And this is the energy that we get stuck in, the trauma loop. So let's reframe the question. Not why did it happen to you as the victim? Why did it happen for you? So I will tell you that my ex-husband was and has been my greatest teacher. And if you are coming from a space of personal development and personal empowerment, and you are wanting to grow and to expand, we need teachers. And sometimes the ones that hurt us the most are the ones that teach us the most. I became more resilient. I became stronger. I became more confident in me. I started loving myself again. I was aware of so much. I became more emotionally intelligent because I didn't want him to affect me anymore. And I wouldn't have done all these things if he hadn't been the way he was. I got coaches to help me through this trauma. I took healing courses for myself and then for my clients. I now help other people and women specifically through this process, this healing journey, so that it no longer affects you. But if I hadn't gone through it, then would I have done it? I wouldn't have done it. And there were a couple times where I started doing this work with people, women in narcissistic relationships. And I went through one of those tests where the universe went, yeah, really? Okay, you want to do this? Let's see what happens. So what did my ex-narc do? He locked me out of my gate, changed the locks on my office and one of the rental apartments that we rent out. And I had to get my lawyer involved. I had to get the police involved to get back into the yard. And then I had to get my lawyer involved in order for me to get the locks changed on my office again. So, but all this while doing a masterclass on narcissism. And at that point, I was strong enough, but I was still in it too much. So then I backed away from it. So we get these little tests along the path to see when we declare certain things that if we're really ready for it. And I feel like I've been forged for this journey to help you through this journey so that you don't go through what I've gone through. Or if you've gone through what I've gone through, then at least the healing part of it is lessened. And it's also more potent and powerful because we're going to quantum leap you. Where it took me years, it's going to take you months. And how amazing would that be? So let's do a guided activation. I want you to take a minute. Whoever's on live, please say hello so I can say hi back to you. Thanks for joining me. Nice deep breath. Close your eyes. Feet on the ground. Breathe into your body. So feel your belly expand. Your upper ribs into the chest. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. With the intention of releasing what no longer serves you. Put one hand on your heart and one on the belly. And whisper to yourself, it's safe to let it go. It's safe to let it go. It's safe to let it go. It's safe to feel peace. It's safe to feel peace. It's safe to feel peace. It's safe to unremember. It's safe to unremember. It's safe to unremember. Take a nice deep breath in again. Now notice what's happening in your body. Maybe you took a nice deep breath for the first time in a long time. Maybe you have warmth in your chest. And if so, this is your nervous system recognizing safety. And this is the beginning of rewiring and rewriting your story. Now we're also going to do another one. But I really want you to also be aware that once you find peace, then sometimes we self-sabotage ourselves because, again, the ego mind looks for comfort and what we're used to. And so then all of a sudden it's not sure. It doesn't trust peace. We are addicted to chaos and drama. And we have peace and instead of feeling joy and allowing the peace to really embrace us, we oftentimes will create situations or call in situations that will keep us in that trauma loop. If you're resonating with this, you know what I'm talking about. Whoever's on live, hello. So now let's rewire the brain. On Monday, I went through the 4 different parts of our brain that is affected and rewired from being in a narcissistic relationship. And this affects us in our memories, in the way of being, the lack of trust, lack of the ruminating, where we're listening and hearing his words over and over again, and also believing in what he's saying. And so we're going to do this so that we're releasing all of it, so it doesn't have power and affects us as much anymore. Now, these are just snippets. Now, if you get some results from the snippets, then can you imagine if you're in either a one-to-one experience with me or a group setting? I go much deeper into these things. So just so you're aware. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, so again, change your breathing. Nice deep breaths. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to see your feet and your seed roots coming out of them, going down, down, down into Mother Earth, wrapping around a beautiful large crystal of choice, grounding you, supporting you, and anchoring you into Mother Earth. Inhaling this earth energy up through the ankles, knees, pelvis. And on the next deep inhale, from the pelvis, this earth energy is going to the solar plexus and the heart. And on the next deep inhale, from the heart to the throat, the third eye, between the eyebrows in the center. And on the next deep inhale, through the crown, going up, up, up to God, Source, the universe, your higher power. And being returned is this beautiful white love light energy coming down from the heavens, our guides, our higher power, down through the crown, igniting all the chakras, going all along the spine, and settling in your heart space. Loving the heart, surrounding the heart. And on your next deep inhale, expanding this love light energy into the rest of your body. Now, I'm going to get you to envision a cutting tool of choice. So you can ask your higher self, what cutting tool should I use? Could be a sword, scissors, a scalpel, knife, a machete. Anything that comes to mind. Don't question it, just you're going to see it in your mind's eye. And then you're going to ask for a color to help you cut the cords. It could be white, black, purple, pink, blue, yellow, multicolored, rainbow colored. Again, whatever comes to you first thing. Don't question it. It's just bring it in. Now we're going to go into the brain, and we're going to cut the cords around the pineal gland. This is the seat of your soul, the connection to God, your intuition, your instincts, and cutting at all the cords that have been attached to it from this traumatic relationship or from previous trauma, cutting the cord around it that's not allowing the flow of the connection. Cutting, cutting, cutting. Keep cutting. Keep cutting. Keep cutting. Now we're going to cut around the hippocampus. You don't have to know where they are, just set the intention of cutting cords around the hippocampus. Cutting the trauma, cutting the emotional abuse, cutting any changes or shifts that have happened within the hippocampus. Keep cutting. Keep cutting. Now we're going to go to the amygdala. Now what happens with the amygdala is that it actually gets bigger and it overrides the prefrontal cortex. So we want to shrink it. So we're going to cut the cords around the amygdala. Keep cutting. Keep cutting. Maybe flashes of memory, words will come up. That's okay. You can just release it. Keep cutting. And setting the intention of making it smaller. And that it's safe for it to shrink. Thank it for its service, for doing its job, to protecting you. And it's now allowed to safely go back to its original size. Now we're going to go into the prefrontal cortex, which has actually shrunk because the amygdala got bigger. So we're going to cut the cords that had created the decrease in size, allowing it to expand, get bigger again. Keep cutting. Keep cutting. Keep cutting. Now I'm going to get you to call in golden healing love light energy. It could be light or it could be liquid, whatever you feel, sense, or just know. I like to call in liquid gold. And it's going to fill in the gaps and the spaces around these parts of the brain where you cut the cords to release and let it go, so they can rebalance and harmonize again with each other and within themselves. And this golden healing light or liquid continues to go down your neck, your throat, third eye, down the arms to the fingertips, into the heart, solar plexus, down into the sacral and root chakra, and your entire body, down the legs to the feet, filling you up with this healing, love, light, liquid energy. Filling all the gaps and spaces left behind from the last couple days of healing, releasing and letting go. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Let me know how you feel after that. What came up for you? Any memories? Any new awarenesses? Any messages from your guides? Now that's what true healing feels like. When you unremember the code, your body stops anticipating pain. You stop chasing the chaos and you start magnetizing peace, safety, and aligned love. You're not fighting for freedom. You're actually embodying it. And that's what the next 3 months in the Unremembering Code is all about. And if your soul has been whispering, I'm ready, this is your invitation. So the Unremembering Code is a 3-month live healing experience. It helps release stored trauma, rebuild safety and self-trust, reconnect with your wholeness. This isn't another mindset program. It's a full body liberation experience. And we start on October 15th. Special founding rate ends this Friday, the 10th, at midnight, 10:10, on the 10:10 portal. How amazing is that? And if you're done surviving and ready to finally feel free in your body, comment ready or DM me Unremember, and let's rewrite the code together. And if you prefer a one-to-one experience, then you can let me know on that, and then we'll figure that out. If you have any questions, if anything came up and you're not sure about it, then please message me, or you can put it down below, and then I will address it, either in another live or I'll write a post about it. But we need to know we're not alone in this journey. We need to know that it's okay. What you're going through is absolutely normal. You're not broken. You don't need to fix you. This is why I call it the Unremembering Code. You're not broken. You just need to let go of all the heaviness, all the emotions, all the stored memories, the stories that you tell yourself, your stories you tell other people, the beliefs that you have. They are all locked in the body, in the mind. And they're dictating what's going on in your life. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being part of this experience. Thank you for pivoting to the different platform. And I hope you have a blessed day. Take care. Bye.